And that's it. That's the end of the week. It's Fri-Yay. That's right. One of the greatest days of the week. One of three. You got Monday, Hump Day, and Fri-Yay. And today, we got something special for you. We're talking about the Razz. You do not want to miss this.
Previously on the Nerdy Ronin Network.
Yes. In closing, I will leave you with a quote from Pompeii, 79 AD. Hack! The floor is lava! Oh, baby, that's right. The end of the week is here. The work week is on its way out the door, and the weekend is upon us. Before that, tonight, it's Friday Night Tats over on Nerd Rock's channel, and nobody wants to miss that, especially not this nerd right here. You know what? I am so glad you guys are here. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And down in the description below are some links to things, awesome things, including all the links in regards to today's show. And where you can find all the information you need to find about the Razz by Roger Evans. And who Roger Evans is on top of all that. And we're going to talk about it. Today's a different one. Today we are talking about a book, not a movie, a book. And I am so excited. Seriously. So, let's get a little history out of the way here. A few weeks ago, I reviewed The Jet Benny Show, a movie that was brought up on Video Archives, the podcast with Roger Avery and Quentin Tarantino. And I watched that movie, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I reviewed it happily here on the channel. And if you haven't seen that, after this video, go check it out. And you say, well, I don't want to look it up. Well, that's all right. It's in the description down below. Click the link. You'll be there. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right. Regardless, Roger Evans was one of the creative minds behind that movie. All right. And now he's a genius. All right. First things first. He's a genius. He's done all sorts of things. And now he's written a book. That's right. A book. What's that, you say? It's a bunch of pages put together, and there's a story involved. And he was kind enough, after I talked to him on Twitter, after reviewing his movie, he sent me a copy to discuss it. And asked if I would read it, and I said, well, yes, I love books. I read lots of books. I read books every day. He was even nice enough to autograph it for me, and I appreciate the heck out of that. Now, would you like to know what this book's about? We're going to talk about it. First things first, let me bring it up on the screen. You can get it over on Amazon, either in paperback or hardcover, and that's a good price, actually. You want to buy this book, especially if you are a nerd who loves sci-fi. Because that's what this is about. In the mid-21st century, teleportation becomes an everyday reality, the exclusive province of American citizens. But such luxury comes with a hidden price known only to a select few within the U.S. government. Such knowledge can make the difference between life or death on the American continent when terrorists south of the border threaten the United States with a stolen, lethal bioagent. With time running out, the fate of an entire nation depends on the combined efforts of both the military and a reluctant group of civilians. Their only hope is to recover a technology so unique. No other country in the world has it. A technology so powerful, it can control the future. And now the race for that secret is on. A secret locked in the mind of a dead man. How are they going to unlock that? Whoo, baby. This book will grab you at the beginning and throttle you to death all the way through to the end. At no point, with this being the first outing by this author, Roger Evans, when you usually get a book that's a first time read, on occasion it's done really well and it's enjoyable. And on more occasions, it's got some nice slices of goodness in it, but there's still some clunkiness, and it's not exactly like top tier because it's a new writer. However, in the majority of cases, the first book is the last book, and they are not very good. And there's nothing wrong with that. It takes some practice. It takes some work. This book is fantastic. At no point while reading this book was I like, oh, I'm bored. Hurry up. Get it on with. Get it over with. Figure it out. And at no point was I like, oh, I've got this figured out. I know exactly what's going on. Nope. Now, I had ideas, and I may or may not have been correct on a couple of them. But this book will hold your feet to the fire for 244 pages of greatness. If you like to now, I will say, now, Roger, just so you know, sir, you need an audiobook version, because I know a lot of people who no longer buy physical books because they're so busy, they prefer to listen to their books on the go or when they're working out or whatnot. It's pretty hard when you're doing push-ups or jumping jacks to flip pages, sir. So my only suggestion is it would be nice to have an audiobook version. Because this book is fantastic. But it took me longer to read because I was focused and paying attention, and I had to pick times to sit down and read. Whereas if it had been the audiobook version, like if I was cooking dinner, I could have listened to it, or or driving, I can listen to it, what have you. So that's the only downside. I've not found an audiobook version of it. But whether you buy this in hardback or paperback, used or new, you will enjoy this book. I would have been happy if it was longer. Add another 100 pages. The characters are fun, fantastic. This is not a feel-good book, but it's well written. The dialogue is done well. The characters are done well. There are stakes involved, huge stakes involved in this book for the characters. And it's believable. At no point are you reading like, that's over convoluted. No. It's just well written. If we were in the 21st century, this stuff would creep me out, man. I'm not going to lie. Hey, if you're not following Roger Evans, or if you've never heard of him, go over on Twitter. Check him out. He's awesome, and he's super friendly. He didn't know who I was when I reached out to him about his movie, right? But he's a cool dude. Cool cat, man. A gentleman and a scholar. Just fantastic. So, I mean, if you go back and you watch the Jet Benny show, and you want to talk to him about that, he's happy to converse about it. If you read his book and you want to converse about that, he's happy to have a conversation. He's just an all-around good dude. And he's not snooty and snobby. He will respond and have a conversation. That's my experience with him. So, that's it. I realize it's not a movie review. However, because I love you guys, I want to show you a couple of things I got the last week or so. Regardless, get this book. It's fantastic. You'll love it. So check this out. Nerdy wife found me this at the Goodwill with all the special stuff inside of it. The Alex Ross picture and stuff. Oh, I was excited because I used to own this, and I'm not happy with the way the trilogy turned out because he crapped the bed on the third one. But This one was great. Standalone, this is a great movie. And I don't mind them being on DVD because it came with some cool stuff. Now, I don't own a VCR, but Nerdy Neighbor let me borrow his. And he also let me borrow the Die Hard Trilogy box set on VHS. I'm so excited to get to watch that on VHS. Thanks Roger Avery and Quentin Tarantino. Now I want to watch some VHS. And you too, Francine. You're not getting away scot-free, sir. Either way, Nerdy Wife found the Titanic on VHS. And just thought, well, that's pretty interesting. And for $2, yeah. So, my oldest nerdy son brought me the steelbook, an import of Inglourious Bastards, which all I owned was a DVD, so I was excited to get that. It was on my list. And look at the beautiful Valerian steelbook. And you know what? I don't care. All you people that say Valerian was a horrible movie, it was the beginning of a trilogy. And if you look at the effects in that movie, it's beautiful. It's maddeningly beautiful. Now I own this movie on 4K, and the 4K is going in this steelbook because, you know, that's how I roll. Oh, alright. It's time to go. I got stuff to do. I gotta go find some weird light bulbs so that my kitchen is no longer dark. It's hard to cook eggs when you can't see them. I'm not sure what I cooked this morning, but there was no yolk. And that, my friends, is no yolk. I'm getting out of here. Look, go over and tell Roger Evans you said hello and tell him I sent you. He's awesome. So there you have it. From Michael, the microphone, Bob, squeaky chair in the back, and this silly fat nerd that loves a good book. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.
Thank you.